Hey there, fellow global citizens. Ever heard of a petrodollar? Sounds like something out of a comic book, right? Well, it's a real thing, and it plays a huge role in our world. In the simplest terms, a petrodollar is a US dollar earned from selling oil on the global market. Think of it as the oil trade's favorite currency. But why is this important, you ask? Well, because oil is the lifeblood of the global economy, and the US dollar is the most powerful currency in the world. So when you combine these two titans, you get a force to be reckoned with, the mighty petrodollar. Our story begins in the 1970s, right after the Bretton Woods system collapsed. The Bretton Woods system had pegged the US dollar to gold, but that all changed in 1971. Enter stage left the oil crisis of 1973. Oil prices skyrocketed, and the world was in a frenzy. This is where the US saw an opportunity to solidify its economic dominance. They struck a deal with Saudi Arabia, the kingpin of oil production. The US promised military protection and support in exchange for something crucial. Saudi Arabia would only sell its oil in US dollars, and thus the petrodollar system was born. Fast forward to today, and the petrodollar is still going strong. Despite the rise of other currencies and economic powers, the US dollar remains the cornerstone of global oil transactions. Saudi Arabia remains a key US ally, and the Greenback continues to dominate oil transactions. This relationship has been built over decades, solidifying the dollar's position in the global market. But why? Why hasn't Saudi Arabia ditched the dollar and opted for another currency, like the euro or the yuan? The answer lies in a combination of economic stability, financial convenience, and geopolitical strategy. Well, there are a few key reasons. These reasons are deeply intertwined with both economic and political factors that make the US dollar an irreplaceable asset in the global economy. First, the US dollar is incredibly stable. Its value doesn't fluctuate wildly, providing a reliable medium for international trade. It's the world's reserve currency, meaning it's held by central banks worldwide. This widespread acceptance further cements its stability and trustworthiness. This stability makes it attractive for international trade, including oil. Countries prefer dealing in a currency that won't lose value overnight. Second, the US has a massive and liquid financial market. This market is one of the largest and most accessible in the world. This makes it easier and cheaper for countries like Saudi Arabia to invest their oil earnings. The liquidity of the US market ensures that investments can be quickly converted to cash if needed. And finally, there's the not-so-small matter of US military might. The presence of US military forces in the Middle East provides a security blanket for Saudi Arabia. The US provides security guarantees to Saudi Arabia, which is a major factor in their continued alliance. This military support ensures the stability of the region, further reinforcing the dominance of the US dollar in oil transactions. The petrodollar's influence extends far beyond the oil market. It impacts everything from global trade to the value of your local currency. Because oil is priced in dollars, countries around the world need to hold US dollar reserves to buy oil. This creates a constant demand for dollars, which in turn strengthens the US dollar and makes US exports cheaper. This system benefits the US economy, but it also gives them a lot of power on the world stage. Some argue that the petrodollar allows the US to run large trade deficits and finance its military spending more easily. So, yeah, the petrodollar is a pretty big deal. Section 5 Mythbusters Petrodollar Edition, separating fact from fiction. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the rumors and myths surrounding the petrodollar's demise. There's a lot of speculation and misinformation out there, so it's crucial to separate fact from fiction. You might have heard whispers of its impending collapse, with countries like China and Russia supposedly plotting its downfall. These stories often paint a dramatic picture, but the reality is far more nuanced. While it's true that some countries are looking to reduce their reliance on the US dollar, the petrodollar isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The stability and trust in the US dollar are still unmatched on the global stage. Why? Well, for starters, there's no viable alternative. The global financial system is deeply intertwined with the US dollar, making any sudden shift highly impractical. The euro has its own issues, such as economic disparities among member countries, and the yuan is not yet fully convertible, limiting its use in international trade. Plus, shifting away from the dollar would be incredibly complex and risky, even for a country like China. The economic and political ramifications would be enormous, affecting global trade and financial markets. So while the petrodollar's dominance may eventually wane, it's unlikely to disappear overnight. The transition, if it happens, will be gradual and carefully managed to avoid global economic disruption. Section 6. The petrodollar today, still alive and kicking, for now. Despite all the speculation, the petrodollar remains a cornerstone of the global financial system. The US dollar is still the primary currency for oil transactions, and Saudi Arabia remains a key US ally. However, there are signs that the petrodollar's dominance is slowly eroding. China, for instance, has been pushing for oil to be traded in yuan, and Russia has been selling oil in other currencies as well. While these developments are significant, they don't spell the end of the petrodollar just yet. The US dollar is still the world's reserve currency, and the US remains a major player in the global oil market. Section 7. The future of money. Is the petrodollar's reign coming to an end? This question has been on the minds of economists and financial experts for years. The future of the petrodollar is uncertain, and its potential decline could have far-reaching implications for the global economy. Some experts believe that it will eventually be replaced by a basket of currencies, which could include the euro, the yuan, and other emerging market currencies. While others believe that the US dollar will maintain its dominance due to its established role in international trade and finance. Several factors could contribute to the decline of the petrodollar, including geopolitical shifts, economic policies, and technological advancements. The rise of other currencies, such as the euro and the yuan, is one of the key factors that could challenge the petrodollar's dominance. Additionally, the increasing use of alternative payment systems, such as cryptocurrencies, is reshaping the financial landscape and offering new ways to conduct transactions. The decline of US influence in the Middle East, a region critical to the oil market, also plays a significant role in this potential shift. It is difficult to predict when or if the petrodollar will collapse, as many variables are at play, including political decisions and market reactions. However, it is a topic that is being closely watched by economists and policymakers around the world, as any significant change could alter the balance of global economic power. Section 8. The rise of other currencies. As the global economy evolves, so too does the balance of financial power. The rise of emerging economies like China and India has led to a growing demand for currencies like the yuan and the rupee. China, in particular, has been actively promoting the use of the yuan in international trade, including oil transactions. They have established a yuan-denominated oil futures market and have signed currency swap agreements with several countries. While the yuan is not yet a serious contender to replace the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, its growing influence could potentially chip away at the petrodollar's dominance in the long run. Section 9. The impact of renewable energy. Another factor that could impact the future of the petrodollar is the transition to renewable energy. As the world moves away from fossil fuels, the demand for oil is expected to decline, which could reduce the importance of the petrodollar. The growth of renewable energy sources like solar and wind power is already disrupting the traditional energy market. If this trend continues, it could eventually lead to a decreased reliance on oil, potentially weakening the link between the US dollar and global energy trade. Section 10. Conclusion. The petrodollar, a complex legacy. The petrodollar has played a pivotal role in shaping the global financial system for over 4 decades. Its dominance has brought both benefits and challenges, influencing everything from global trade to international relations. While the future of the petrodollar remains uncertain, one thing is clear: its story is far from over. As the global economy continues to evolve, the petrodollar will likely adapt and transform, leaving its mark on the world for years to come. Whether it maintains its current form or undergoes a significant shift, the petrodollar's legacy as a powerful force in the world of finance is undeniable.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.